My name's Aaron, welcome back to my channel. How are you? I'm fantastic and I'm doing really well. And today I'm reviewing Maison Francis Kurkdjian OUD Extrait de Parfum. This is £300 for 70ml. And the notes are saffron, elmi from the Philippines, and Ambretolide, vegetal musk, cedarwood from Morocco, sweet vanilla accord, and oud from Laos, patchouli from Indonesia. Do we have our bottles of Maison Francis Kurkdjian OUD Extrait de Parfum? Are we engaged with the higher self? Let's get testing. I've reviewed a few of his. I'm going to compare it against his style of perfumery, and then I'm also going to see if I like it as well. But that's kind of how I like to do things. Now, I do like the packaging. What you're smelling is the ionones quite high up with the patchouli, the cyprol, vanilla based. You can smell the vanilla aspect, which is very, very nice. Even if you don't like vanilla based fragrances, vanilla in a fragrance can transform it to be warm, cozy, instantly likable. You have lots of forms of vanilla, but vanillin and ethyl vanillin is used in ice cream actually to give the vanilla taste. It's very, very safe. Ethyl vanillin gives a nice creamy feel and vanillin gives a vanilla-y feel, but together can give a vanilla pod feel. Isosuperhedione. Dry, metallic, sharp, radiant. All of his work is radiant. All of his fragrances are long-lasting. You know what you're going to get with it. Obviously, phenol ethyl alcohol, citronellol, linalool to give the rose, floral attributes to it. And in this aspect, without the major raw materials, increase that dryness, that dry metallic feel to it. Citronellol can give a dry metallic feel, especially within men's fragrances. Sometimes it doesn't really smell floral, but it smells metallic. That's what I've noticed with different things. Ambretolide quite high. Lots of different forms of ambretolide. One form of ambretolide, I was told this, so I'm telling you what the marketing lady said when she came around from the big fragrance company. She said that ambretolide is from beetles, insects, I think, made somewhere. But I don't know, she was just telling me that, you know. What's interesting is when the people come round, the reps, I have quite a few reps that come round. I have very little time, and it's kind of like I always say, get me the price per kilogram, 5 kilogram, 25 kilogram, kind of whatever, so you can see the price breaks and just show me what you think. I don't have hours, unfortunately, to sit down and be going through this and that and the other. My business moves really, really quick, so hopefully in the future I have more time to be smelling interesting things and taking an afternoon off to try all these different things. But for me, it's quite difficult. But she did tell me about ambretolide, and ambretolide supreme doesn't come from insect sources. But you can smell the ambretolide is very nice. Ambretolide is a clean, it can be soapy, but it smells clean. To me, it always smells like clean, cold, crisp in differing amounts. This has got a musk accord supporting it, giving the feel of it, and working on the bloom. So musks work in lots and lots of different directions. It's quite unusual to have one musk. With different formulations, you can use different types of musks. And when you're starting to construct a fragrance, you think about lots of different things actually. One of the things I think about is the musks. That's kind of the starting place. And you think, what are you trying to do with it? Different musks do different things. And then you're going to work on the accords and all the rest of it. But the musk is really, really key and very, very important because it gives the feel and affects the performance. And if you're not using musk, you've got to think about how you do different things. It's quite complicated, as you imagine. But this is great. It smells clean, cold. This smells absolutely Middle Eastern. It's got that Middle Eastern thing about it. Trace amounts of ethyl maltol whipping through the base, which you can't detect. But ethyl maltol, if you think you've got ionones, ambretolide, patchouli, cyprol, all of that in there, they smell bitter and unpalatable. And ethyl maltol whipping through the base helps to sweeten a formulation slightly so it's more palatable, because everything needs to be palatable, instantly likable. Without the ethyl maltol, this would be really diversive and it would be a little bit unwearable. And obviously for this sort of range, it needs to be likable, you know, for everyone. Everyone needs to like it, if that kind of makes sense. If you're going for the range, you're not going to develop something which only a few people are going to like. You're going to develop stuff which a lot of people are going to like. On to my final thoughts. I really like it. So this is the first fragrance that I've smelled of his that I like. I did like the Baccarat Rouge ones. I did like them. but it's a DNA which has been copied quite a lot. I prefer the Extrait de Parfum. I think it's a little bit more intense. So I'll go from Mark's view. Safe, legal, compliant, professional, great company, all that stuff. Long lasting. This is long lasting. I've tried this before. Projecting, Middle Eastern. So I kind of really like it. Incredibly well constructed. The price, I mean, again, we go back to all these companies buy for 80% off. Maybe if they've got someone really good at sort of sales, they'll get it less. But 80% off doesn't leave much for these companies. So I don't know how to feel about the price. £300 for that. I mean, it is a little bit top heavy, isn't it? Do I like it? I love it. I think it's excellent. Again, this is something which I think I'm really drawn to. If I didn't have my range, this is perhaps something that I would have in a little collection. I think I like this sort of style of perfumery. The price is a little bit expensive in my opinion, so that's kind of pushing it over the edge. 300 quid. That is what it is, isn't it? I'll mark it a 9 out of 10. I love it. If it was 250, just 50 quid off, it would get a 10. The price being up there for this size, I think is, in my opinion, a little bit up there. But I do love it. I think it's very nice. Super radiant, super long lasting, beautiful perfumery. There you go. So love that review. Thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating, interesting content. Lots of moving hands and lots of fragrance views. Hope you're staying safe and well. See you soon.